thank Kit Williams, who's worked on this for years, and Justin, who's worked on it for a while too. They've done great work, and I just want to thank everybody. Anybody else? Karen, would you please call the roll?
Smith?
Yes.
Gutierrez?
Yes.
Marsh?
Yes.
Kenyon?
Yes.
Eddy?
Yes.
Scroggin?
Yes.
Bunch?
Yes.
Turk?
Yes.
Okay, number 10. An ordinance to rezone that property described in rezoning petition RZN 20-000011 located northeast of Dean Street and Porter Road for approximately 11.60 acres from RA residential agricultural to P1 institutional. Kit.
Be it ordained by the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas, Section 1, that the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby changes the zone classification of the property shown on the map, Exhibit A, and the legal description, Exhibit B, both attached to the Planning Department's agenda memo from RA residential agricultural to P1 institutional, Section 2. That the City Council of the City of Fayetteville, Arkansas hereby amends the official zoning map of the City of Fayetteville to reflect the zoning change provided in Section 1.
Okay. Garner.
Yes, Mayor. Trying to get my slide from the beginning. Let's see if I can share it. Okay. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. This rezoning is to facilitate construction of a police station, a fire station that were approved in the 2019 bond issue by the voters. The parcel was acquired from the University Research, and it is located at Porter Road and Dean Street on the northeast corner. The surrounding zoning is primarily residential agriculture to the north, east, and west. It's multifamily residential across Dean Street, and recently council approved a small parcel of community services across the street to the west. The adopted plans that relate to this rezoning request, it's designated as a civic institutional area in the 2040 plan. And this was specifically done in anticipation of these facilities being constructed. The infill score is 4 to 6. Issues that have been debated over the summer is appropriate setbacks for the police headquarters and location of parking. Police headquarters have special security standards. And safety for the public. Also, this facility is scheduled for construction in the first phase of the bond issue. It is on schedule. We are on schedule for that construction, but the schedule is tight, and this is the first step. Entitlements is the first step of the development review process, and we need to get that done in order to take the next steps. And the next steps are, as you can see, zoning is first step. I might add that Fayetteville has a long-standing tradition to follow all the process and all the requirements for public buildings, city buildings, as it does require for private buildings. This is both fair and it produces a better outcome. So entitlement is granted first with zoning, and then we switch to site planning, which is called large-scale development, where the location of the building is placed, and parking and egress and ingress and retention ponds, lots of impervious surfacing is planned for this large building. So all that has to be planned with the site planning process, which goes to the Planning Commission. There is a public hearing at the Planning Commission. And then when that's accomplished, we would go to the grading permit. We'll then have the information to know how the site needs to be graded. And finally, and perhaps the most important, the building permit, which applies the International Building Code and makes sure that the buildings are constructed appropriately. So it's been discussed for over the summer. Planning Commission staff do recommend approval of the P1 zoning district. We think as you considered when you approved the fire station, the P1 district works for the fire station's orientation and setbacks and access. It also works for the police headquarters. There are concerns about how these important streets are addressed. So we do have an alternative for your consideration. You could approve the P1 zoning for the areas needed for the police headquarters and fire station and retain the RA zoning. The RA zoning is its present zoning, and it's kind of considered our holding zone. For the remainder of the site until more detailed planning for the remainder of the site is completed. And I can show you what the Exhibit A would look like if you did that. The fire station, of course, is proposed to be constructed at this location. The police station is the northern, and parking is to the north. There's been a discussion about making sure that we don't put large parking lot between the building and the street, because we want to have a community building that has a friendly posture to both streets. So we're working on a concept that does that, and perhaps does a linear leaded. We could just retain the RA zoning. So we advanced that as an alternative for your consideration, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. I know that Police Chief Reynolds and Fire Chief Harden are here tonight, and also wanted to talk to you. But I'd be happy to answer any questions you have for me at this point.
Well,
let's let
all right.
Chief